What? Go like this, guys. What's cooking, everybody? Dave Altizer here with Jevin and Armando. We're here to talk about the Osmo Pocket and hear about their first looks. Ooh. Before we get this thing started, we want to let you guys know that we are doing a giveaway of the Osmo Pocket. So if you want to learn more about that, click the link below in the description. So we're clearly not in our set for Kinatika. We're actually sitting inside of Armando's set. It's amazing. We're shooting on the C200 and RAW. We're having a blast. If you have not checked out Armando's channel, then definitely check it out. Icon above. And I just met a new friend, Jevin here, who has an amazing channel as well. Another icon and link in description. We all hung out today and did some tests with the new Osmo Pocket, and we had a blast doing it. So I wanted to get their first look opinion on this gimbal. So first off, Jevin, what did you think when you first held the device and started using it?
I was shocked at how small this is. It's unreal that they made a gimbal this small with this kind of footage and 4K 60.
Yeah, it's really kind of bananas how tiny they got it, and it's kind of laughable really, because they could have made it a little bit bigger and put more battery, or like...
When you hold it in your hand, it doesn't really fit in your hand. It's almost too small. Like, I feel like it could be a little bit bigger, just so that you have like more of a grip on it.
Armando, when you checked out the Osmo Pocket, what were your first impressions?
I'm gonna piggyback basically what he said. Is really small, portable, compact. You have to really see it in person, because you see these pictures and it looks much larger than it really is. I mean, I thought you were joking with me. I thought this was like something else.
Yeah.
It's really small. I like the footage that you can get out of it. Obviously, this is a pre-production model.
Yeah.
It's the footage itself can be a little janky, but again, pre-production. So I do want to do a full review when we get the actual final, production unit. But overall, I think like the button placement, the minimalism that goes into this is, you have the record button and then you have the mode, and like he said, the little wheel makes it so much easier to use.
It's a little accessory.
Yeah, a little accessory, and the fact that you can also pair this with your smartphone and see the footage, and to be able to get this kind of footage in today's age is pretty impressive. Like, you think back even 5 years ago, this would be impossible. So yeah, it's really cool.
So one of the main questions that we wanted to answer between all three of us was, how does this thing compare to other devices? So Armando actually did a comparison with the iPhone XS Max on a Moza Air gimbal, is that right?
Yeah, Moza Air.
And so definitely check out that video. Link will be in the description below. And then Jevin did a whole slew of tests with the GoPro, and I don't even know what else he did.
Insta361X, the GoPro, I used some of Armando's footage to check out the iPhone, just because all four of these cameras can fit in your pocket, and they're like 4 cameras that you would carry with you. For me, something like this would be awesome when you're like out on the go, or like you just want to shoot quick vlogs. So it's pretty awesome to have that stable footage, and there's obviously other cameras out there that are getting stable footage. Like the GoPro's the big one right now. Everyone's talking about the GoPro. So I really want to see how this all stacked up, but it's crazy because this is like a it's like a little drone. It's like the Mavic Air, but in your pocket. So this is kind of like what we've always asked for. Like, I've always thought, why don't you just put that camera onto a gimbal? And well, they did it.
I'm excited for the future of this, because this brings another thing is like, what if later down the road you can swap out these lenses for like a 1-inch sensor or something like that?
Well, they already have the Osmo that does do that, right? But like, we want this size.
Exactly.
That's what we love about it, right?
Exactly. This is neat. I love the size. It's crazy.
I mean, what if you took the DJI Mavic Pro 2 camera and popped it on there? Like, you have that power, that Hasselblad camera in this little form factor.
So here's the confusing thing with this product. It's $350, which is right up there with the GoPro 7 Black. And I mean, the GoPro 7 Black is $400. So they're sort of pricing it, I guess, as a pro thing, but it's also like very consumer. In fact, we looked back at the footage together, all three of us, and Armando, what were your thoughts?
I think the stabilization is very aggressive. I think that maybe if there's a way they can tone it down through software, or if there's a way to, I don't know. I felt like the stabilization was a little too fake. It may work for certain shots. Like when you were running, it looked great because it was just so smooth. I mean, it looked like we were on a freaking crane just sliding through. But if you're doing some vlogging, it could be a little bit weird seeing the image bounce. But again, this is a pre-production model.
Sure.
It could improve you know, with updates.
It's something that I've noticed with like the Insta360 One X. You get that kind of jittery motion because it's electronically stabilizing, and it seems like there's some electronic stabilizing going on in here with the gimbal as well. And you see that predominantly when you're like walking forward. There's not a whole lot of up and down, but in every, you know, if you move the camera a little bit up and down, you should see that, and you don't see a whole lot of in there. So for that, it's actually really good in terms of like getting you awesome stable footage. But when it turns around and you're vlogging and you're pointing at yourself, which this camera clearly is a vlogging camera, it's got a screen and all the buttons are facing you with the screen.
The mic as well.
The mic and everything. So this is a vlogging camera, and that's the one thing that we really noticed is that you kind of get this like shuddering look to your body when it's looking at you. So it's a little wonky, and I wish you could just turn that off when you're vlogging, because you don't need that stabilization. You just need the gimbal.
Like you said, who is this product for? Personally, for me, if I wanted to get quick shots, for me the easiest is grab my phone, go into camera, and just get it from there. I mean, it's cool. I think it's a nice little add-on product.
Yeah.
It's also not in your face, you know? So a lot of times there's areas where you're not really supposed to film.
Yeah, and you can get away shooting with this in a lot of situations where people just, you don't have this invasive camera, you're gonna get silky smooth footage. I was looking at the footage, and if you sell stock footage, you could sell the stock footage out of this camera. You're still getting good footage, so the quality's good. There's obviously quirks with it, version 1, but I think overall it has the ability, if you are using it as like a gimbal to get awesome B-roll footage, you can get some really cool B-roll shots. You can also turn it sideways and do like vertical videos for like Instagram and stuff.
Yeah,
so this could be a cool little contraption for stories.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the accessories are gonna be kind of fun. There's a waterproof case, there's a battery case, GoPro mounts, all sorts of accessory makers are coming out with things, and ND filters, so.
Yeah, I think there is a ton of potential with this little camera for sure.
If you guys wanna see the test that Jevin and Armando did, then make sure to check the links in the description below. And if you haven't subscribed to their channels, do it, they're freaking awesome. Also, big reminder, we are doing a giveaway on an Osmo Pocket, so click the link below and see all the information on how to win one of these Osmo Pockets. Once again, I'm Dave Altizer. These are my new buddies. See you next time. And then we got Zevin here. Jevin.
I thought I f***ed up, that's pretty bad.
So we're inside Armando right now.
Whoa, wow, you're inside of me, huh?
Yeah.
Now it's cooking.